In the last class, we learned about weeds' biological characteristics. Next, we learn about weeds' ecological characteristics. Weed ecology is a discipline studying the relationship between weeds and their environment, mainly revealing patterns of weed population fluctuations, relationships between weeds and crops, and other environmental factors. We mainly learn about weeds' individual ecology and population ecology. What are the individual ecological characteristics of weeds? First, weed seeds have dormancy physiological ecology. Dormancy is when viable seeds and underground vegetative reproductive organs are temporarily in a state of stop growth. Most weed species have dormancy characteristics. Dormancy can ensure seeds germinate and emerge during specific periods of the year. If unfavorable factors occur, germination can be delayed for several years. Weed seed dormancy has both internal and external factors. Internal factors are seeds, axillary buds, or adventitious buds containing growth inhibitors. External factors are dormancy induced by unfavorable external environmental factors. Second, weed seed germination has the following physiological and ecological characteristics. Germination is when the weed seed embryo transitions from dormancy to active physiological and biochemical metabolism, whereby the radicle and plumule break through the seed coat to form seedlings. Germination requires suitable environmental conditions. Different weeds require different environmental conditions, but all require relatively sufficient oxygen and water. Some weed seed germination is also affected by light conditions and also requires suitable temperature. Below their lower limit temperature or above their upper limit temperature, seeds will not germinate. Additionally, soil type, pH, and physical properties also affect weed seed germination. These factors together determine whether weed seeds can successfully germinate and grow. Next, we continue learning about weed population ecology. 1. Weed seeds form seed banks. After weed seeds mature, they fall to the ground. Through tillage and other farming operations, they are buried in soil. Year after year, in the soil, large quantities of various weed seeds accumulate. At any time, field soil contains weed seeds produced in past growing seasons, including vegetative reproductive organs. These weed seeds stored in soil, or vegetative propagules, are called weed seed banks, or propagule banks. The weed seed bank is a dynamic system with constant input and output. When input exceeds output, the seed bank grows year by year and weed damage increases. Conversely, the seed bank shrinks and weed damage decreases. 2. Weed population dynamics. Besides being affected by their own growth, dispersal, seed longevity, and other intrinsic characteristics, every link in the entire life history is also affected by climate, human farming activities, and other biological factors. Due to human farming activities, farmland habitats are in an unstable state, causing weed populations to change accordingly. However, under a certain farming system, a weed's population size is relatively stable. 3. Competition between weeds and crops. Competition among plants refers to when survival resources such as light, carbon dioxide, water, nutrients, etc. are limited. The survival struggle for more resources. The result of competition is disadvantageous to all competitors. Resource competition between weeds and crops includes above-ground and below-ground competition.
Above-ground competition is mainly for light.
Below-ground competition includes competition for nutrients and water. Factors affecting competition between weeds and crops include crop and weed species and density, emergence time, water and fertilizer management, and environmental conditions. Through studying this chapter, students have mastered the basic knowledge about weeds. Next, please continue learning weed identification, classification, and control methods.